All right, in the run up to Budget 2024, we have startups and entrepreneurs and their message really to the finance minister and what are they expecting from this budget. Well, a whole host of comments have come our way. NDTV has been speaking to stakeholders constantly, but the big question really on what entrepreneurs and startups are expecting and seeking from this budget. Well, we have Nayantara Kocher, an entrepreneur and business coach. We have Manoj Sinha, CEO and co-founder of Husk Power Systems, and we have Soumya Mishra, founder of Avaca Skincare Tech. Thanks very much for joining us, all of you. Nayantara, first to you. What really do you feel, given the current business climate that you're witnessing, should be the need of the hour for this budget to address?
In one very simple crisp sentence, today the number 63 in ease of doing business. If we just leverage two simple things, UPI and technology, to enable more people to be able to open a company in 1 to 2 days, a simple thing like that will really change the one simple ask.
All right, Manoj Sinha, what do you feel as a startup? What really is the most essential thing you're seeking this budget?
So I will come from the power sector perspective, where we operate in terms of renewable energy sector revolution that we are trying to create using decentralized energy resources that affects people in daily life. There has been a lot of focus on large centralized resources on solar power as well as wind. That is great. The budget actually is envisaging 50% increase in expenditure, but that's not sufficient for India to really transition to net zero that it is anticipating by 2070 that will affect our next generation. We need to do more, and we need to do more in both battery and storage as well as decentralized power sector. And marrying these two together will require intervention on artificial intelligence with virtual power plant. Long story short, we need to bring these two as a center of focus for renewable energy so that we can systematically transition to net zero and have a better future for our children in the next few decades.
All right, Soumya, what is your message to the finance minister then? What really is the need of the hour as a startup? What do you feel the areas that must be addressed this budget?
So, as a tech-enabled company, I believe that Indian professionals are doing so well in local companies, and there's no reason why the next set of new tech leaders could be generated in India. So, really looking forward to some incentives or benefits in terms of access to capital, incubators, accelerators to build these companies in India. Secondly, being an entrepreneur of a tech company myself, we face a lot of challenges in finding the people with right skill. India is producing a lot of engineers every year, but upskilling them in terms of new age technologies, artificial intelligence, natural language processing, etc. So some allocation of budget towards upskilling related initiative would be amazing. And finally, a lot has been spoken around angel taxation. So, if some relief would come for startups to maximize the benefit of the capital that angels are carving, to invest into them would be a great delight. So, let's see what our minister has to offer this budget.
All right, Nandara. So really different sectors hoping for different things this budget. There's someone who's studying, the business environment at large. Entrepreneurs, like Soumya and Manoj also hoping for a more favorable business environment and tax relief this budget.
Yes. It's very simple actually. If you just break it down to the core, like, what do people like us want? If you're a single person trying to register a company in India, what your biggest hurdle is the paperwork, is running from pillar to post between different agencies of the government. Why can't the Indian company just leverage AI, leverage technology? You've got UPI, you've got Aadhaar to get anything going. And basically, what I'm saying is remove the hurdle, simplify the process. If you are registering a company today, let's say 1 week from now, let the government give a 1 lakh capital startup that is taxed. We're not asking for there are other countries that are doing far more to enable things of like access to capital, setting up the ecosystem. We have a lot on paper, but it's very different. And I would actually encourage from the government to come and talk people like us who are more than willing to participate in it. But taking these decisions on our behalf without us, it's not going to work.
Right. So remove the hurdles, use technology, and get candid feedback at large. Manoj, do you agree?
I broadly agree with this, especially with the digital payments and a lot of digitization that has occurred in India. For example, even in the power sector, we are able to access external commercial borrowing, but now RBI is imposing that we hedge those currency at 100% rate. For a startup, that is actually a difficult task to do, right? It is, the government can launch a scheme that can use digital forum or platform to make this process easier. We are bringing $100 million of commercial borrowing to India. It is not easy for us to do hedging without incentives and facility in place. And regulation is already in place. So we are sort of catching up to regulation in an inefficient way that can be made more efficient with digital payment and platforms that are actually available in India today.
Right. So using technology to really pave the way forward and clear communication, Soumya, do you agree?
I do, and I think the Startup India program has also has attempted to do a lot of it, in terms of protection. I think Nayantara mentioned ease of doing business, so protection to startups from misuse of labor laws by authorities, or income tax relief for first 3 years since inception. So more initiatives like this, and like rightly said, both Manoj and Nayantara, that speak to the startups more and understand our pain and take really quick actions, maybe using technology or otherwise, to roll out initiatives which help the Indian ecosystem flourish even more.
Absolutely. So startups really playing a crucial role in driving economic growth at large, and tax reforms also awaited. Nayantara, your thoughts on the tax reforms that could be looked into?
I'm all for any kind of reform where any company, see currently how do we define a startup? You have 7 years to build a startup. I don't know the practicality. There are many companies that are very well funded and you continue with the startup after 7 years. There's a big debate on whether that makes sense or not. I'm saying just go down to a small level, forget the whole tax. Look at the number of jobs that are getting created, right? There are 40,000 new jobs that are just getting created from startups. 1.7 lakh people today in India are employed by startups. Literally 5 startups every day. For any employee that is also joining the startup, it is some kind of tax benefit for them, not just for the company. Can we incentivize people to join startups as well? So, in a nutshell, yes, continue with all that you're doing in tax for the companies that are registered in the startup. But on a personal income tax level, can I, if I am an employee or early founder or anything in a startup, can I also avail some tax benefit? If we can just change the way that we look at things, I think we will actually create an ecosystem that is thriving.
Right. So changing the way we look at things, changing the ecosystem entirely, like she mentioned, just how significant startups are, sort of the significant role that startups are playing in shaping our economy at the moment. Manoj Sinha, just looking at your sector at large, do you feel that, this is the need of the hour?
Yeah, so from Husk Power Systems, we build mini grids or microgrids in the rural and peri-urban areas of Bihar and UP today, which means every dollar that we bring in investment in these rural areas, we're not just creating jobs, we're creating a money multiplier, right? So money multiplies 5 to 6 times for every rupee or dollar that we're investing. There should be incentive for companies like us that are changing infrastructure segments and green jobs, fundamentally speaking. There should be tax incentive that even promotes the process further. Like I said, every dollar that we spend in the rural areas of Bihar and UP today gets multiplied by 5 times. It should be very easy for Indian government and finance minister to create an incentive program on the taxation for all these investments that we are bringing and spurring the economic growth for the whole country.
Right. And Soumya, you mentioned the angel tax relief. We have spoken about tax reforms at large, but incentives in particular, for instance, the startup that you're looking at, what is the incentive in particular? What are the day-to-day challenges that could be addressed?
So a few have been spoken about. There are a lot of, I think, one good or bad thing about a company is that, for a business to even start, there is so much authorities involvement that is required, right? From, taking GST certification to Shops and Establishment Act, PF, ESI related compliances, to, in our case, we are a chemical company, so waste disposal. So there's lots, and further, if you expand to multiple geographies, these pile up. So there's a multiplier into how many cities you're expanding to. So we don't say that don't ask for such compliances, but if the procedure could be simpler, there could be if there's some allocation budget. We spoke about technology to make it like really simple for the startups, because unlike larger companies, the startups don't even have so much bandwidth to employ somebody just to look at compliances. It's just generally like a 2-3 people army, also building the business, also raising funds, also complying, also paying salaries. So some measures to make our lives simpler would be very highly appreciated.
Right. So simplifying processes at large. Nayantara, your message to the finance minister. Then lastly, each one of you, your message to the finance minister to look at startups at large, and of course the message from entrepreneurs.
One simple ask: please enable anyone and everyone above the age of 18 in India to be able to open a one-person company in maximum 2 days.
All right, Manoj Sinha, your message to the finance minister then.
My message is for the renewable sector. We need to get decarbonized as a country, and decentralized energy resources married with artificial intelligence need a lot more investment to of thousands of crores, and it should be done in the next couple of fiscal years.
Right, and Soumya Mishra, what would you say your message to the finance minister for this budget?
Sure. So I think the government strongly believes in capex to generate opportunities to boost the economy. I think a more easier way to achieve similar goals is to invest heavily into our startup ecosystem, which has got like more benefits. So please take us into a very sharp focus this year.
All right. Thank you so much, all of you, for this insightful interaction. And we will, of course, continue to track how India's economy is doing, as well as how the startup ecosystem is shaping at large.